Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat and today we have a video of pros. We are going to make a pro double heroic Jacy Jayne. We are going to make a pro Jacob Fatu, a pro Asuka, and a pro F1 Ivar. We're not getting the Tank Ledger or the Cody Rhodes Pro in this little video because we're still working on them. But there we can see we've got all the rest of them done. Now you can see Ivar doesn't have his variants yet, but don't worry, you can get the variants once the card has been pro'd. You don't need to do it beforehand. It still comes out exactly the same power. So let us begin with our double heroic Jacy Jayne. I think that is a good place to start. And there we are. There is the double heroic herself. And she's going to be our strongest female by far. Next up, you know, I think we'll work up to Jacob Fatu. Let's go for Ivar first of all. Now, why can't we combine you? I'm going to remove you from the Royal Rumble, and then we can combine them. So let's go ahead and combine now. And yes, we want to do the two that have level 100 and the 100 matches. And there is our pro Ivar, who is very, very animated. He almost looks like he's glitching out. It's supposed to be the heat of the shield and the hammer and the flames of the beard. I know all too well about having a big flaming beard. But yeah, this is a pretty cool little animation. We're going to see his startup animation as well. Oh, there we go. That is pretty cool actually. So let's go ahead and fortify our big old Ivar here. Again, you can fortify at any point. The card doesn't need to have 100 matches, doesn't need to be level 100. Nothing needs to happen. This only activates the next 5 levels of your card. Okay, next up, let's see our pro Asuka and see how this goes. And there we are, very animated. Oh, that's cool. That she puts the mask on for a second. And she gets her little horns for just a second after putting on the mask. That's interesting. I don't think we've seen an animation that lasts that long before. Generally, the little animations is just on repeat and it only lasts about a second and a half. But this one goes on for a little while. That's very, very cool. I've not seen that before. And next up, our final one is the man whose finisher is not the moonsault. It is not the Mighty Moonsault. It is officially called the Jump Up Mighty Moonsault. That is the name of Jacob Fatu's finisher, and I think it's hilarious. And I think he should keep the name. I don't think we should be changing it. It reminds me when Twisted Bliss was renamed from Sparkle Splash, Alexa Bliss's finisher. I think Sparkle Splash is a fine name for a finisher, and I really prefer the ridiculousness of the Jump Up Mighty Moonsault. So let's go ahead and combine our werewolf Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf himself, and let's combine and see what this is going to look like. And well, there he is. Oh, that's cool. He does a little scratch attack. I thought he was just going to like sit there, but no, he actually does a little attack as well. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so now let's take a look at all of our recent ones. And well, there you can see the Chelsea green that we saw in a previous video. There is our double heroic Jacy Jayne, which of course we're going to lock down. Oh, that's awesome. That's a really cool startup animation. The Jacob Fatu comes in with the big double slashes. That's very, very cool. Yeah, I quite like that. That's very nice to see that. And then after a little while, he goes into his little animation where he does his little scratch with his right hand again. Yeah, that's very cool, actually. WWE Supercard have done a tremendous job with these superhero cards. Oh, Asuka actually appears from her mask. So the mask comes in first, and then the flames appear behind her, and then she kind of teleports in. And I like that when she gets her horns, that her mouth goes from like an open mouth to like her teeth grinning. And also you see her eyes like kind of blink for a second. That's very cool. There's a lot going on there with that pro animation. And there's Ivar flying in, and he stands there with his hammer and shield at the ready. Now I don't think there's a special animation I think it just repeats this over and over. But let's keep watching it just in case there's anything special. No, I think that is it. I think that's all it is going to get. But yeah, these are really, really cool. I really like these little superhero cards. They are very, very cool indeed. So I am going to level them all up. I'm going to get them all trained up. And then I'm going to start using them, perhaps, in campaign mode. Speaking of campaign mode, we have... I shall check. I still have a long way to go. We've got 23 days left, supposedly. But I'm not entirely sure that's correct, because I think it's actually 16 days we've got left. Because I don't see campaign mode being around after the Titan Titans ends. So I think you've only really got 16 days, so don't believe the lying counter that campaign says. And we've got 1 day and 3 hours left of PvP. So this, I think, is probably your best time to get as much momentum as possible from the rewards. Try and get yourself up there. I'm going to try and get 3. And if I can get 4 to try and get that Ultimate Warrior, especially with all these brand new special edition cards, I think we should be getting in line to preparing yourself for actually getting the actual card itself. I think we could maybe go for Ultimate Warrior right now, but I think it'll just be easier if we have momentum slots, if we get the special cards all lined up, and then we're not entirely relying on equipment to try and pull us through. But that is going to be it for this little video, folks. And in 3 hours and 14 minutes, we have the Team Road's Glory for El Grande Americano. So that is something to look forward to as well. And with that said, folks, that is going to be it for this little video, and I really hope you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.